My name's Noshir, and I've had colitis for just over 20 years, about 22 years. I love music, films, and one of my passions is collecting, so I like anything vintage, from movie posters to travel posters to old signs and classic cars. And so I've been collecting for many, many years, for decades, since I was a young lad. That's kept me focused and gives me a lot of pleasure, and it gives me a lot of pleasure to share it with other people as well. It was really a whole host of symptoms, from bloatedness to diarrhoea, constipation, water, blood in the stool, and just general tiredness because of all those things happening. Things that would affect my stomach the most was probably the diarrhoea, because it was unpredictable, it was sometimes very ferocious, and created a lot of anxiety and a lot of pain. The symptoms are bound to impact, your working life, which they did for me. That was a very traumatic time, particularly as soon as I left the house. I felt my anxiety levels go up, because the further I was away from the toilet, the more the anxiety went up. I'm quite proud of the fact that I kept myself as strong as I could. I mean, in the last 10 years or so, I've been pretty much symptom-free, but I do get flare-ups. Sometimes it'll be once a year for a week. Sometimes it might be 4 or 5 weeks. I've got a wonderful family, a wife and 3 children. The symptoms affected my friends and family in different ways, I guess. Some people didn't really know what was going on, so I tried to keep it under wraps as much as I could. For those that were close to me, they kind of understood what was going on, but it's really, if I'm honest, it's a lone battle. Thankfully, I'm not as severe as when I first had the diagnosis, and of course I'm in a much better place to be able to deal with the symptoms, work my life around it, to relieve the stress and the anxiety of it. It's a chronic illness and it's a journey. You have to accept that part of it, and you must concentrate on your mental health overall, because that's the one thing that will help you get through the tough times.